Wait, before we start today, I want to ask you something.
Yes, a serious question.
Do you ever feel stuck with your English? Like you study and study, but nothing changes?
Like, you know the grammar, you know the words, but when you try to speak, nothing comes out?
That feeling, that frustration, that is not a language problem.
That is a mindset problem.
And today, we are going to talk about exactly that.
Stay with us. This episode could change everything for you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. I am Kate.
And I am so happy you're here today. Hi, everyone. I'm Martin. Thank you so much for joining us. Really, it means a lot.
If this is your first time here, welcome to the family. We make English podcasts for everyday life. Simple, natural, real.
And if you are coming back, welcome back. We missed you.
Today's episode is a very special one because we are not just talking about English today.
We're talking about something deeper, something that affects every English learner.
Your mindset.
Before we jump in, if you are enjoying this podcast, please hit the like button. It really helps our channel grow.
And subscribe if you have not already. We upload new episodes every day. You do not want to miss them.
And leave us a comment below. We read every single one. We love hearing from you.
Okay, are you ready, Martin?
I am so ready. Let's go.
So today's topic is your mindset is either your prison or your freedom.
Wow, that is powerful. Even just hearing it, you feel something, right?
You do, and I think every English learner can relate to this.
Because so many people, they stop learning English not because it's too hard, they stop because of what they tell themselves in their head.
Exactly. Things like, I'm too old to learn, or I'm not smart enough, or my accent is too strong.
Those thoughts, that is the prison.
And the freedom? The freedom is when you change those thoughts, when you decide to believe something different.
We are here in Washington. We talk to English learners all the time, and the number one thing we see
Is not a grammar problem. It's a confidence problem, a mindset problem.
So today, we want to help you break out of that prison and step into your freedom.
Let's talk about it. Martin, let me ask you something. When you were learning to speak more confidently, was there a moment when your mindset changed?
Oh yes, absolutely. I remember it clearly. I was at a coffee shop here in Washington, and I wanted to order something new, something I had never ordered before.
Okay, what happened?
I froze. I literally froze. I knew the words, I practiced at home, but in that moment, my brain said, "You are going to sound stupid."
And that voice in your head, that's the prison.
Exactly. That little voice that says, "Don't try. You will fail. People will laugh."
I know that voice so well. I think every learner has that voice.
But here's what I did. I took a breath, I ordered anyway, and you know what?
What?
The person at the counter smiled, said, "Great choice." And that was it. Nothing bad happened.
Nothing bad happened. That's so important because in our heads, we imagine the worst thing possible.
We think everyone is judging us, but most people are just living their life.
They're not waiting for you to make a mistake. They're thinking about their own problems.
Exactly. So that moment changed me. I realized the fear was bigger than the reality.
The fear was the prison, and facing the fear, that was the key to freedom.
So let's talk about mindset more, because I think a lot of people don't even know they have a negative mindset.
That's such a good point. It happens so quietly, you don't even notice it.
You just stop trying. You avoid situations where you have to speak English. You watch but never participate.
And slowly, that becomes your normal. And that's a dangerous place to be.
So what is a fixed mindset? Can you explain that, Kate?
Yes, a fixed mindset is when you believe you cannot change. You believe your ability is fixed, like, I'm just not good at languages. That's who I am.
Or, I'm not one of those people who are natural speakers.
Right. And when you have that mindset, every mistake feels like proof. Proof that you're right. Proof that you can't do it.
And that's the prison, because every time you make a mistake, instead of learning from it, you use it against yourself.
But then there's a growth mindset, and that changes everything.
Tell us about the growth mindset, Kate.
A growth mindset says, I cannot do it yet, but I can learn. It says, this is hard right now, but hard things get easier with practice.
Yet. That one tiny word, yet, it changes everything.
I cannot speak fluently yet. I do not understand fast English yet, but I am working on it.
I love that. We actually teach this here in Washington to our students, the power of yet.
And when you start thinking like that, mistakes become lessons, not evidence of failure.
Exactly. You make a grammar mistake. Old mindset says, see, I told you, you are bad at English. New mindset says, interesting, now I know what to practice.
It is a completely different conversation with yourself.
It really is. And the beautiful thing is you can change your mindset. It is not fixed, it is a choice.
A choice you make every single day, sometimes every single hour.
Sometimes every single minute when you are trying to speak in a meeting.
Okay, so let us talk about something real. What are the most common mindset prisons English learners put themselves in?
Oh, great question. I think the biggest one is fear of making mistakes.
Number 1, without a doubt.
People are so afraid to make mistakes that they say nothing at all, and silence does not help you improve.
You cannot improve without trying, and you cannot try without making mistakes. That's just how learning works.
Another big prison is comparing yourself to others.
That one is painful.
You watch someone speak English so smoothly and you think, why can they do it and I cannot?
But you do not see their journey. You do not see the years of practice, the mistakes they made, the embarrassing moments.
You only see the result, not the process.
And social media makes this so much worse. You see someone's highlight reel and you compare it to your behind the scenes.
That is such a good way to put it. Your behind the scenes versus their highlight reel. That is never a fair comparison.
Never. So stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10.
I love that. Chapter 1 to chapter 10. We say that a lot here in Washington. Everyone starts at chapter 1.
Even the best English speakers in the world, they all had a chapter 1.
And the third big prison, I think, is waiting until you are ready.
Oh, the I will speak when my English is perfect trap.
Yes, I will speak when I know more vocabulary. I will practice when I am more confident. I will join the class when I am better.
But confidence does not come before action. Confidence comes from action.
You do not wait to feel brave. You do something brave and then you feel braver.
Exactly. You speak even when you're scared. And every time you do, the fear gets a little smaller, and your confidence gets a little bigger.
And that right there, that is the door out of the prison. Action. Imperfect, messy, brave action.
Messy but brave. I like that.
Okay, so let us give our listeners some real practical tips. How do you actually change your mindset when learning English?
Yes, because it is one thing to talk about it, but how do you actually do it?
Tip number 1, notice your inner voice.
Yes, start paying attention to what you say to yourself. When you make a mistake, what does your brain say?
Most people have never even noticed. They just feel bad and do not know why.
So start listening. Is your inner voice kind or is it cruel?
Would you talk to a friend the way you talk to yourself?
That is such a powerful question. If your friend was learning English and made a mistake, would you say, "See, you are so stupid, you will never learn"?
Of course not. You would say, good try, keep going, you're doing great.
So say that to yourself. Be your own best supporter.
Tip number 2, reframe your mistakes.
Every mistake is a data point, not a verdict.
A data point. I love that. Like, okay, I made this mistake. Now I know what to work on.
Instead of I'm bad at English, say I am learning English and this is part of the process.
Here in Washington, we actually have our students keep a mistake journal where they write down their mistakes and what they learned from them.
That is such a great idea because when you write it down, it becomes a lesson, not a shame.
Exactly. The mistake has a purpose now.
Tip number 3, celebrate small wins.
Oh yes, this is so important. We are always looking for the big moment, the day we become fluent, the day we sound like a native speaker.
But the big moment is made of 1,000 small moments.
You understood a song in English today. That is a win.
You ordered coffee without pointing at the menu. Win.
You watched a video in English without subtitles and understood most of it. Huge win.
Celebrate those moments. Write them down. Tell a friend. Do a little dance.
Do a little dance. I love that. Because your brain needs to feel success to keep going.
When you celebrate small wins, your brain says, "This is working. I want more of this."
And that feeling, that momentum, that is your freedom growing.
Okay, let us do something practical now. Let us give our listeners some real sentences they can use.
Yes, because today is about mindset. So let us practice talking about mindset in English.
These are sentences you can use in real life, with friends, in conversations, even just talking to yourself.
First one. When you make a mistake, instead of saying nothing, say this.
Sorry, let me try that again.
Simple, natural, no big drama, just let me try again.
Say it with me. Sorry, let me try that again.
Beautiful. Next one. When someone speaks too fast and you do not understand.
Could you say that again, please? A little slower?
That sentence is your best friend. Use it freely. Nobody minds repeating themselves.
Could you say that again, please? A little slower? Say it out loud.
Next, when you want to share your opinion but feel nervous.
I'm not sure, but I think.
Starting with I think gives you a moment to breathe, to gather your words.
Native speakers do this all the time. It sounds natural, not unsure.
I'm not sure, but I think. Practice that one.
And one more, when you want to encourage yourself or someone else.
You are doing better than you think.
Ooh, that one hits different.
Right? Because so often we are doing better than we think. We just cannot see it because we're too close to it.
So say it to yourself tonight. Look in the mirror and say, "You are doing better than you think."
And mean it, because it is true.
Okay, time for our question of the day. We love this part.
Us too, because your answers always make our day. They really do.
Today's question is this, and think about it carefully.
What is one negative thing you tell yourself about your English, and how can you change it to something positive?
For example, maybe you tell yourself, "My accent is too strong." Change it to, "My accent is part of who I am, and I'm still understood."
Or maybe you say, "I'm too old to learn." Change it to, "Every day I practice, every day I improve. Age is not the problem."
Write your answer in the comments below. We read every single comment and we will reply.
And you know what? Reading your comments also helps other learners, because when they see someone else fighting the same battle, they feel less alone.
So your comment could help someone today. That's pretty powerful.
Okay, we are coming to the end of today's episode, and honestly, I loved this conversation.
Me too. I feel motivated after this.
Same, and I hope you do too, wherever you are listening from right now.
Let us do a quick recap. Today we talked about mindset. We talked about how your thoughts can either trap you or free you.
We talked about the fixed mindset versus the growth mindset.
We talked about the 3 big mindset prisons: fear of mistakes, comparing yourself to others, and waiting until you are ready.
And we gave you 3 powerful tips. Notice your inner voice, reframe your mistakes, and celebrate every small win.
Remember, you are not behind. You are not too old. You are not too late.
You are exactly where you need to be, right now in this moment.
And every step you take, no matter how small, is moving you forward.
Here in Washington, we say this to our students all the time. Progress is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it is invisible. But it is always happening.
As long as you keep going.
As long as you keep going, yes.
So keep going, please. For us, for yourself.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. It takes 2 seconds and it means the world to us.
And if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button right now.
And share this episode with someone who needs it today. Someone who is struggling with their confidence. Someone who needs to hear that they can do it.
Because they can, and so can you.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. It is genuinely our favorite part of the week.
From Washington, with so much love and encouragement.
I am Martin.
And I am Kate.
See you in the next episode. Take care. Keep going. Bye.